Okay, now, today is Friday, and we are back at it once again with HWH content. As I've said before, with this exact layout, it would make for a great trial run for that of all of my newcomers to HWH. I mean, we have ourselves a bunch of new for 2025 models, as well as some hard-to-find models that we finally got reintroductions for. Some models, of course, including the 92 Viper, Morgan Super 3, Hollerback, a custom VW Beetle, as well as Formula E Gen 3 and the Chevrolet Chevette. The thing is that we got ourselves launching, loops, boosters, a U-turn, well actually two of which, with the other on the other end here being elevated. And of course the gray piece that was attached to it is now reattached, so that way we can finally have the proper setup. So with this in mind, we have ourselves up to 20 feet of track worth here, so that way we can finally have a proper startup sequence. Question is, how many of these models are going to make it to the very end of the track, which is situated right here. I call it the hollow segment. And so, why don't we go ahead and get started? We'll be bringing along, let's see here. This is Mustache, first car of the bunch. So we'll set it up right here. Wow. Turn on the booster. There we go. Oh, okay. Oh, and by the way, did you notice that it gets its name because it has a pop-up fake mustache? Quite a nice little piece. It seems that a lot of Hot Wheels cars have had some nice gimmicks over the years. Well, one more time. Oh man. Okay. So, first fail. Ended up flying upside down here. Next car we're going to be bringing is known as Mid-Mill. Oh. Ended up snowboarding the way up the slope. And flying upside down. Where have I seen that happen before? Well, many examples. Oh, okay. So, looks like he got stuck up there. I've been driving him backwards, which I guess doesn't do much better. Well, there goes Mid-Mill. Not exactly a good way to go. Another recent model we have, Drift Ender. This one's a pretty tall model. Could get stuck up in the spiral because of that gray segment in the center. Well, didn't quite leave the booster so well. Seems not everybody's doing so well with the launcher. Yeah, ends up going upside down. Let's just test them out real quick. Well, not so good in the loop. Well, pretty good on the booster. And I guess while we're at it, we'll see how Mid-Mill does. Went upside down, much like Mustache. So, well, we got plenty of room for improvement. Here comes the Hacko Type D. That's what we have up next. The body design is kind of like some other cars I got. Yeah, alright. Flawless run, pretty much on the first try. Now I'm up to the second row here, in which we're going to start with the Lamborghini Huracan Sterrato. This one looks to be a pretty good Lambo. Well, quite wild around the U-turn. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Got very close to reaching the final strength. There we go. I was not expecting it to go through the loop, much less most of the other parts. So 2 successful, 3 unsuccessful. Porsche 904 Carrera is up next. Awesome. Much like the Hatco, the 904 is successful. On the first try, that is. So, let's go for Formula E Gen 3. I feel like that compared to Gen 2 and Gen 1, this one's going to fare off probably better, I hope. Oh, well. Barely made it around the loop. But the booster didn't quite do much better of a favor. Well, I guess the booster ain't real friendly. Or maybe it's the U-turn in the back there. Okay. Slid off the rails one more time. And upside down yet again. Seemed to be doing a lot better though as time went on. Now we're going to bring along the 76 Chevette, which, I'll be honest, that roller bar on the bottom there, where it drags, it's probably going to drag quite literally, in fact. But let's see how it does. Oh my goodness, it went all the way across the room. Well, here we go. I guess we'll just go backwards here and see how that fares better. Flew off again. Not a real good chance here that we have. But, one more time. Well, let's try from here. Not too great over there. So, sorry about that. I'm on to the third row here. First car of the bunch is going to be the 58 Chevrolet. Now I'm sure that this Impala, compared to some of the others, could do better. Stuck again. Well, 3 flings, not so good performance. Okay, Super Twin Mill's up next, and I'm certain that this Twin Mill, much like some of the other Twin Mills I got, Twin Mill 3, Twin Mill E, and Twin Mill, well, the original, they all did really good. Let's see how this one does. Oh man, flung right over the U-turn, so not a real good turnaround. Well, one more time here. Man, and just when I figured it would actually make it, it seemed like it would too. But that's okay, we got many other cars here to try. So, Slide Burn is up next. Oh man. That was not so good, but to be fair, others have had trouble with that U-turn. Awesome work. So, that's how we handle it. Next car is known as the, well, it's the Gordon Auto. It's not really showing on the base, quite honestly. But hey, Gordon Murray, it works pretty well in this instance. Yeah. I figured it would work in this layout. Now we're going to start off with the next row, which will at first consist of this new custom Volkswagen Beetle. I've had this model around in my collection before, but in this instance, let's see how it fares this layout. Okay. Now, where did you learn how to do that? Oh man. I would almost figure that the Chevette would be pretty bad at it, but now we got the Beetle. Wow. First flings out of sight. Now, flop on the floor. And this has been going forward or backwards. I figured it's not going to do well either way. Yep. Even if I did it for science, it just goes to show that you can't quite trust a modded Beetle. Now we have small block. I figured that this would probably do well, despite its woody appearances. Okay. Yet another contender of the U-turn. And that's twice now. Three times. Oh man. We are very quickly racking up on the not so good models here today. But we got many other contenders here, so maybe it'll turn around. Toyota GR86 Cup is up next. And I figured that for Toyota, this one will have to do good. And that it does. Nicely done. 6 cars have succeeded so far. Can we have a 7th? A 75 Datsun Sunny. Well, riding the rails ain't a real good way to live life here. And, well, doesn't make it one more time. I'd almost wonder why he's being consistent, just not wanting to get to the finish. Well, okay. I guess a little motivation was all he needed there. So, technically that'd be 4 chances, but to be fair, I gave others similar opportunities. Now we're going to go at it with a 64 Chevelle SS. Oh, wow, man. First try, too. Usually with cars like that kind of body style ain't a real good thing for these sort of layouts, but I guess we'll just see how that rolls. Oh. You know what? I had to show this one. Here we have a 67 Lotus Type 49. Incredibly skinny. I mean, look at that. It's very tiny, very skinny. I mean, these kind of racers are just not exactly the best for tracks like this. Well, not too good in the loop there, but let's try again. And I guess one more time just in case. And, well, sorry. Not too good there. Now, here we have an Aston Martin, a brand new Aston Martin DB4 GT High Speed Edition. Something tells me this one might not do so well. Let's see. Oh, well, got pretty close. But I'd suspect that the low front end might do a bit of drag. Just as I suspected. Try backwards. Okay, not much better. Last time going forwards. Okay, well, that was a surprise. But now we're going to move on to our next model, the Volkswagen T3 Custom, which is especially nicely modified for layouts like this. I hope it fares well. Or maybe not. That's twice now. 3 times. So, sorry. Didn't even go so well in the rest of the layout, so not quite a good way to go through this whole thing, but time to move on to our last row here. We got ourselves 4 more cars left. Another 25 model haulerback. This one's got a good tow truck aesthetic to it, and maybe it'll do better than my other tow truck models. Oh wow! Ooh. I don't know if I could count that as a win. No, just no. It grinded on the rails. It's not what we're looking for. We'll redo that. And one more time. Wow. Oh man. So many cars have been having trouble in that area. That U-turn, I don't even know. So, Jaguar MK1 is up next. It's been a while since we had any Jaguar models, and I'm sure hoping this won't be the last. Just like some other models, it doesn't quite fare well with this launcher. Try again. Now it's all because we got ourselves quite the launcher and loop configuration. And that's it. Had many models here that just couldn't fare with that last U-turn here. A three-wheeler though is up next, and it's the Morgan Super 3, yep. But I can't be sure. This one might not do so well. Okay, like a few other models, this Morgan just wasn't too good with the launcher here. So, I guess we'll just do one more time here. Well, that's it. So, send it down from here. Not so good in the loop there. I don't know. Probably just one of those models that's better for collecting or playing around with than for actual racing like this. Lastly, we have ourselves a re-release of the 1992 Dodge Viper RT10. So, I'm sure this one might actually do good. Well, there you go. Got one last model here. Well, overall, we got ourselves 10 cars that succeeded, which is actually a pretty good number, though it doesn't exactly offset the amount that had lost, unfortunately. And I'm certain that because of the U-turn that you can see all the way back here, it has been pretty notorious from this and the last episode, in which that it has allowed for most cars to come off the track just like that. I'd almost feel like if I installed more of those high-walled tracks, like what I have here with the booster, maybe that would have helped a bit. Who really knows? In any case though, I'm still pretty satisfied with the results. Some unexpected bits and pieces, like I never would have figured that the Datsun Sunny or Lamborghini Storado or even the SS 396 right here could actually do so well. Even the Aston Martin with its weird design, it's kind of crazy that it would actually make it through there. But hey, some made it through on their first try. Hakko Type D and Toyota GR86. And even the Dodge Viper, they certainly had some great runs here. I do get the feeling that maybe if I would have had some more chances to give out for these other models, maybe they would have fared out a lot better. Who really knows? But anyways though, this will basically be it for a little while. I'll probably get a hold of some more track sets, especially some that have come out more recently. And I guess we'll just see where that takes us. So until then, and see you around some other time.